Hi, hello everybody. Good morning. Um, so the topic was interesting. I've tried to put my thoughts together in what hopefully will not be a boring keynote. So here goes. Right? So, good morning, innovators, industry leaders, and architects of the global entertainment landscape. As a creative technologist and CTO of India's premier film and creative arts institute, I am permanently standing at a fascinating nexus. On one side, we have our country's deep and almost inexhaustible reservoir of traditional narrative, music, art, and culture, a heritage centuries in the making. On the other hand, we have a relentless tsunami of technology, one wave after another. Currently, we are being washed over by AI, XR, and blockchain, all promising complete disruption. The question I often field is, how do we, in today's techno-creative enablers, protect tradition from this disruptive force? And the answer is, we don't. Technology is not to be looked at as something to provide a protective barrier against. It is actually the ultimate engine for tradition to achieve global scale and relevance. My thesis today is clear and commercially urgent. Tradition does not just tolerate technology, tradition urgently needs technology to unlock its value, to globalize its audience, and to secure its economic future. Technology is the foundation of infinite intellectual property. Our first mandate for industry growth is not conservation, but creation. We must shift our mindset from preservation of tradition to creation of infinite intellectual property using tradition. India's creative legacy, our folk art, our classical music, the 100-year history of our cinema is vast, but much of it remains locked away, fragile, and digitally inaccessible. This is not merely a cultural loss, it is a massive untapped commercial opportunity. It is also why there are more kids in Bihar who know and follow anime than who know and follow Madhubani. Technology is the ultimate non-negotiable intellectual property pipeline. For the film industry, it means moving beyond simple digital restoration and engaging in computational conversation. We are now leveraging machine learning to not just fix a fading celluloid print, but to computationally tag every character, location, dialogue beat, and musical motif within it, so that the historical culture portrayed through celluloid is documented in underlying training data which is available to our AI models. We are leveraging machine learning to not just fix it, we are leveraging it to enable the future. It's not only meant to make sure that we continue to consume what was created many, many years ago, but also to make sure that we turn dusty film reels into structured, searchable data sets of Indian culture. For the broader arts, 3D scanning and photogrammetry are no longer just documentation tools. They are means to capture the complex geometries of a traditional sculpture or a classical dance posture from a while ago tracked in the idols and the murtis we see on our temples. Allowing these assets to be instantly ported into a virtual production world or a metaverse experience, a video game asset library or a visual effects workflow. By using high fidelity digitization and resilient cloud infrastructure, we guarantee that a traditional art form is not just safe from decay, but is instantly available to creators in Film City, Mumbai, or in Sony Studios, Culver City, or to a game developer in Seoul. This turns heritage from an old liability which we have to protect to a globally distributed, instantly monetizable resource, which both our kids and kids of the world can consume in technology landscape that they understand. Technology is the catalyst for content market expansion. The second crucial need for technology is evolution. Tradition, when confined to its original format, struggles to find new audiences. Technology provides this crucial tool for recontextualization and market expansion of the content that we used to once call tradition. We are now giving our creators tools that allow them to repackage tradition to meet modern consumer demand. Here, the creative technologist must also function as the strategic innovator, finding ways to embed tradition into high growth areas of the future. Extended reality. We should be using real-time game engines to build massive photorealistic virtual sets based on ancient Indian architecture and mythology. This just doesn't cut production costs, it allows audiences to be placed inside a historical narrative, turning passive viewing into an immersive, interactive content experience. I mean, what we would all give to be present at the exact same location, at the exact same time, to witness the coronation of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. AI for authenticity and scale. AI is not replacing the composer or the artist, but rather acting as a deep cultural assistant and accelerator. In music, it can study, categorize, and remix thousands of traditional rhythmic patterns, allowing a content platform to generate personalized yet authentically rooted training data and tutorials for today's creators who may not have the ability to learn first principle art, history, literature, culture, art forms from people who used to practice it once upon a time. An Indian student who's living in America, if they want to learn a lost art form that is practiced only in 4 villages of Gujarat, this is the only way that they can do it. This is how we scale cultural depth. In production, AI models are being trained on traditional art styles, cinematic lighting patterns, and even nuances of Indian theatrical acting to create authentic digital assets and accelerate pre-visualization. This dramatically reduces the iteration time and cost associated with achieving cultural authenticity on screen. The creator economy. Perhaps the most immediate need for technology is economic sustainability. The global content market favors scale and direct relationships. Our digital content creators can go on to become the biggest ambassadors of Indian culture. And the way that you enable them to access our traditional culture is through technology. Access to traditional culture through technology married with the benefits of technology such as digital rights management, blockchain, verifiable digital assets, the much maligned N-word, NFTs, will empower the traditional creator to secure provenance, track usage, build direct global revenue streams on the back of Indian traditional culture, leveraging the technology that is the pipe with which the traditional culture flows. This will bypass traditional middlemen, platforms, buyers, distributors, and sell verifiable digital content to collectors worldwide. We will be able to ensure that the next generation sees art as a viable technology-enabled career. The mandate for global competitiveness can be fulfilled by a marriage of tradition and technology. We stand today not at a turning point, but at a competitive inflection point. The world is hungry for authentic, complex, and emotionally resonant content, the very DNA of our Indian cultural tradition. If we fail to wrap this tradition in the most robust, scalable, and innovative technology that exists, we consign it to old niche status, forfeiting the global market share to cultures that have mastered the digital transformation. If you just see the proliferation of a very, very short American culture into the world, through the transmission of global technology, you will understand what I mean. The fact that all of us are wearing jeans, or the fact that we speak in lingo which is American pop culture, is a testament to how much tradition can be carried forward globally by technology. Our institute, Whistling Woods' self-given mandate and the industry's shared challenge is to be bridge builders. We must mandate a curriculum where our future directors are also fluent in data pipelines, and our future sound designers are comfortable with computational audio. We must teach our artists that mastery means not just knowing the rules of composition, but also knowing how to deploy the software that breaks or reinvents those rules. Art is not only oil on canvas, it is also Apple Pencil on an iPad. As long as we have artists that bridge both the worlds, we will make sure that the traditional art form which is practiced on oil on canvas can continue to proliferate in the digital world. Most critically, we need industry action. We must invest in the qualitative standardization of cultural data. We need shared protocols and open source models for AI that are culturally trained and ethically governed. Ethics and algorithms must be taught side by side to ensure that while we globalize our tradition, we do not exploit or dilute its soul. Our technological power must be matched by our cultural responsibility. Tradition is the soul. It brings depth, lineage, and differentiation. Technology is the power. It brings reach, fidelity, democratization, and permanence of our tradition. Let's use this conference and the incredible emerging technologies and tools that we see around us to ensure that the timeless narratives of our past are not merely preserved, but are actively participating, thriving, and leading the global media and entertainment industry of the future. The time to unlock this value is now. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chaitanya ji. That was indeed insightful. Can I please have you on stage for a minute? May I please call upon Mr. Varun Gaba, Portfolio Director for the ABIS show, to hand over the Rotary certificate. It's a small token of gratitude from our end that is in line with our sustainability initiative at Nürnberg Messe, India. A small green step in planting a tree for the tigers at the Sundarbans. That's our initiative for this year. Thank you for being a part of our efforts on climate change to combat it.